Welcome, we've got Jared Parker. He's the coach of the Henley Football Club in Division 1. Welcome, Jared.
Thank you.
Your first year at the Sharks, mate, in charge of the A grade?
Yeah, it is. After a couple of years of being the B grade coach, get the opportunity. So far it's been good.
Took over in rather bizarre circumstances.
Yeah, I suppose as you say, you got to be in the right place at the right time, and with Buff, Jared Wright, and getting opportunities at SANFL level, and Brent Riley then getting opportunities at SANFL level with the Crows. It opened the door for me, so I was foolish not to take it.
And what better way than to kick your senior coaching career off with a win?
Yeah, a couple of wins. So round 1 and 2, fairly tough games, but it's good to get the wins early, so it's good.
We'll just go over games from last weekend. A cracking game at Goodwood Oval. Goodwood Saints 8-9-57. Drew with Teacher Gully 8-9-57, and Goodwood come storming home to snatch the draw.
Yeah, I saw Goodwood kicked a few late. They're always tough on that oval.
Yeah.
It's probably quite a lot smaller than a lot of the other ovals in the league, and they know how to play it well, to their credit. But I think you'll find, well, from what I've seen so far, those two we're expecting to be top 5 teams. So that was always going to be a tight contest, I think.
Yeah. The next game saw Port Districts travel to Modbury, and it was all one-way traffic in Port Districts. 24 goals, 13, 157. Beat Modbury 15-4, 94. So that's a 63-point margin to Port Districts.
Yeah, we played Port Districts in a trial game, and I think they've probably got a squad that's played together for 3 or 4 years now, and you can see they're really starting to gel. When they ran the footy, even in that first trial game, which I think was their first one as well as ours, they're pretty quick, pretty slick side, and they understand each other's game. So, we played Modbury last week, and they held us pretty well for 3/4 of the game, but probably not surprised that Port Districts did that. I expect big things from them this year.
I suppose also only a slight change in the coaching with Mads taking over from Jeremy Clayton, so the assistant taking over, so it's not that big wholesale change in
no, pretty smooth transition there, so it makes a massive difference. Got a good game plan.
Ross Trevor Old Collegians, they started off like they ended last season, 16-18, 114. Took care of Payneham Norwood Union 8-7-55, so 2 big wins to Ross Trevor and 2 big losses to start the season for the Falcons.
Yeah, we again played Ross Trevor in a trial, and I think they had a few missing, but they're still pretty slick. They had some really good players on the outside, and we know they've got some good forwards there as well. So Payneham, I haven't heard too much about them, but I've seen a few of the results. I'm not sure if they've lost a few players, unfortunately for them, but Ross Trevor, I think they're probably setting the mark at the moment.
Yeah, Ross Trevor will certainly be there when the whips are cracking, and but Payneham started off last year at, I think it was 2-8 as well, so it started off slowly, made the grand final, so certainly wouldn't be discounting them just yet.
No.
The other match, Adelaide University 12 goals 678. Counter for Athelston 19-64, so 14 points. How would you see that? You'd know a lot about Athelston after playing them last year and having extra times and finals. And
they're one side that really gave us a lot of trouble last year. Their ability to move the ball quickly and score quickly was probably their biggest asset last year.
Transitional football?
Yeah, got us over the back quite a few times. And obviously I think what was that second semi, we were up by 8 goals or something, and they pegged that back and got us.
Yeah, that was a massive lead.
Yeah, that was probably one we'd like to forget, that game. But
you still won the flag, so...
Yeah, that's right, you got over the line, but not the ideal circumstance. But I know they can play some pretty good footy. Adelaide Uni, again, another side I don't know too much about. I see the Painter boys have left, which is probably a big loss for them. Pretty tight tussle there.
Always tough with Uni because they get so many come into the Uni system, and no one knows anything about them, and they sneak up on you, and it takes till round 5 or 6 till you really know how they're going.
Yeah, they're a side we've always traditionally had pretty close games with. Back when we were in Div 1 last time, so again, it's not a side you take lightly.
Yeah, and yourself last week, you took on Prince Alfred Old Collegians in the inhospitable Park 9, you could call it, I suppose.
Yeah, it's always a tough trip out there to Park 9, but
Yeah, not
it's in pretty good nick though. The oval
surface
itself.
is, it just
Yeah.
lacks that ambience, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, but there was a reasonable crowd there, I suppose. But look, we knew that they'd always be a well organised side under Mouse. You know, he's been there for a few years and
Yeah.
he's got them playing the certain sort of footy that he wants to play. So we knew it was going to be tough. And again, they've got some pretty good ins this year. They've got some good players behind the footy as well that probably gave us a bit of a hard time for half of the game. They were marking everything when we were trying to kick forward, so we had to make a few adjustments there, probably at half time, as to how we were moving the football. We did that, I think, sort of for the better part of the second half, and as you saw the result, we sort of had a strong second half. I think our fitness this year is pretty good. We've certainly shown the last two games, we've run out games pretty well against Modbury in the last quarter when we needed, and again on the weekend, so you know, we're confident in our fitness base. So we certainly didn't, you know, I think they got about 3 goals up, almost could have been 4 before half time on Saturday. But we still had a bit of belief there that we can get ourselves
Held
back
in
the
there,
game.
and
yeah.
So the scores in the end, it was Henley, it was 17-12, 114. Defeated Prince Alfred Old Collegians 15-6, 96. So you had a fair ascendancy in scoring shots as well.
Yeah, we were better this week. Last week we were 2 goals 7 in the first. I think we were 3 goals 4 or something this week, or something similar to that, 4-3 maybe. So it was a little bit better than we were the week before. I don't think, you know, we're giving ourselves lots of opportunity. We're a pretty new group. We've got lots of new players in the side that weren't in the side last year. So, you know, hopefully the longer the season goes, we'll get better at playing together. But yeah, it was a pretty good game of football all round. Actually, I think you know, someone that was sitting on the sidelines probably would have enjoyed the game of footy that was in front of him.
One of those new players is Brett Ebert, and he kicked 5 goals.
Yeah, he's really good up there. Obviously, we know what he's done for his career. But you know, he kicked 5 this week, 2 last week. But I don't think it can be understated. The other forwards he's got around him that helps him get a bit loose. I mean, we've got Jeremy
Playing
John
across
Cock.
half forward, is he? Or?
No, we play him a bit deeper. So
Okay.
yeah, so you've got
Has
Jeremy
a-
John Cock, Lee Staple, Jake
Yeah.
Ireland. They're all tall forwards. So you know, it probably stretches teams' defences to come up with another player that can stand for it. Because even though he's not real tall, he plays tall.
Yeah.
He can take a good mark. So you know. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a pretty handy forward line, and you'd hope out of the 4 of them, one can sort of get on the end of a few each week.
Yeah, well, Bubbles is obviously a great mark, and Nyland as well. So you've got them down there, and who else is up there?
And
Number
Lee
two?
Staples,
Lee Staple.
played a lot of league footy.
Yeah,
and,
Eagles.
he's a really good mobile centre half forward too. So
So he would be a really hard matchup for anyone.
yeah, we think. And as I said before, you've got 4 good targets down there, so it sort of it certainly stretches defences. It'd stretch ours.
Does he have a run on the ball with that elite fitness base?
Not at the moment, no. We'll leave him down there. It might come to a point with an injury or two that we pinch hit him in the middle a little bit, but I suppose that's a bit of an ace up our sleeve we can use at some stage.
Yeah. Also, you had Lee Staple. We kicked 3 as well with Ebert, and Bubbles John Cock kicked 2, and Lean kicked 3. Don't know much about him.
Yeah, James Lean, he's come to us this year from Two Wells, been out
Okay.
at Two Wells. He's on the Crows top-up list as well, so he's training out with them. But he's been with us for the first 2 games of the year. Just a really big-bodied midfielder.
Okay.
So yeah, he kicked 3 goals basically from the midfield, sort of goes through half forward. Yeah, real asset to us this year. He's come to the club. He's got a few mates that were out there, so yeah, massive plus for us.
Enright, Cody Hicks back, Lane and James all with singles. Better players, Lane, Enright, Jessen. Heard a lot of good things about him in the ruck.
Harris Jessen,
Yeah, young ruckman.
He is young. He's come such a long way in 12 months. Came to the club last year from Pulteney.
Where from?
From Pulteney. He played a bit of junior footy
Yeah.
at Henley, but had been out at Pulteney the year before, and came out to us. And you know, I don't think it's too rude to say it's a bit raw last year, but
Yeah.
working under Buffer last year and through the year, you know, from where he was then to where he is now is chalk and cheese really.
Do you have a ruck coach that works with him?
No, not specifically. No. We just sort of worked through him last year as you know, with Brent, myself, or Jared, worked with him, and it's more about understanding where midfielders want to run and how we want him to play, you know, around the footy, around the ground. Sorry, but yeah, he's a massive asset to us now. He's just a really big body.
Yeah, no, I've heard good things about him as being a up-and-coming, dominant young ruckman.
Yeah, definitely.
So, how big is he?
Well, in height, I'd probably say maybe 6'2", 3". So,
Yeah.
but he's just young. He's athletic. He's got a big jump on him.
Big jump.
I think his biggest asset is quite often he doesn't deliberately tab it to himself, but he follows his own work up and acts like a ruck rover a bit.
That Brody Grundy type.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But because he's so broad across the shoulders, you know, it takes a fair few of them to drag him down. So, and he's got a booming kick on him when he runs out of the middle. Last year he kicked a couple of goals from about 70 metres on the run. So, yeah.
Can you roll him forward to take a kick and a catch, or do you rest him off the interchange?
At the moment we'll rest him off the interchange. That's probably more of a team balance thing with the other forwards we've got down there. But he certainly can play forward. He did a little bit last year, forward. So.
Stretch the opposition defence?
Yeah, he can. But I suppose he's our primary ruckman, so at the moment we like to just give him a spell on the bench just to make sure he can.
Noticed there's quite a big name sitting in your reserves, ruckman there too as well.
Christian Bob.
Yeah,
he's back to the club this year. He sort of had a bit of a late start to the pre-season, so he's getting a bit of fitness under his belt, but not too bad a backup ruckman to have in the twos.
I would have thought it wouldn't be long before he might be in the seniors.
Yeah, we played pretty well the first game. He missed on Saturday. He had a bit of soreness, so he didn't get a game on Saturday. But he showed round one what he can do when he gets it right.
Oh well, great start for the Sharks. We'll just go through this week's games. We've got Ross Trevor Old Collegians taking on Goodwood Saints at Featherton Oval. That should be a cracker.
Absolute cracker, I reckon. Yeah, that'd be match of the round, I would have thought. Again, as we said before, that Ross Trevor, started the season well and taking over from where they left it last year. And Goodwood, obviously under a new coach, are playing some really good footy at the moment. So I suppose we might, take nothing away from what they've done so far. We'll get a real good gauge of Goodwood and how far they've come along up against Ross Trevor on the big deck there at Audi. So that'll be a good game for them.
And the tip?
Ross Trevor.
Ross Trevor, same here. Port Districts take on Prince Alfred at Largs Reserve.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one. That'd be another close game, I reckon.
Hard to beat at Largs.
Yeah, no, very, very. And probably for that reason, I'll probably tip Port Districts down there. As I said, we played them in a trial and got a lot of respect for how they move the football quickly.
And where did Cracker play last week? On ball?
No, he's up forward mostly.
Up forward?
He went in the middle a little bit, but mostly sat up forward. So, I mean, to be honest, I thought our player that we put on him probably beat him, but he still kicked 3 goals, Cracker. So.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know if he was running through the midfield or changing off halfback or...
through up forward and through the middle a little bit. But, yeah, I don't know. Actually, it's a pretty tough one to call, simply because it's down there at Largs. I'll probably go Port Districts down there against KFC.
Another big one is Athelston hosting Payneham Norwood Union. Both sides have lost both games. One of them's going to win, one of them's going to be zipping through.
Yeah, it's another tough oval to play at Athelston. Big deck out there, and they play it pretty well. Again, as I said earlier, probably Paynham's not a side I know too much about, but obviously a proud club there, so that Gary would be pretty keen to get a win on the board early. And,
Tip?
Athelston at home.
Athelston at home. A bit of a local derby up at Modbury. You've got Modbury hosting Teacher Gully.
Yeah.
Modbury zipping 2. Gully's with the 1 win and a draw.
Yeah. I think Teacher Gully, I think they'll be fairly high up the ladder. Modbury, they work hard as a footy side, but they lost a couple earlier. Probably Teacher Gully that one up there.
And you've got the side you don't know a lot about, Adelaide University at Shark Park.
Yeah. So it's another opportunity to play at home. I suppose the danger is when you go away and you have a big win against a side like POC on their deck. The trap can be to rest on that a little bit, so our consistency is probably our challenge this week to make sure we come home, and one of our things is not to drop any games at home, so that'd be pretty important for us. Sort of had a bit of a look at uni the last couple of weeks, and there's a few players in there we know can play good footy, so yeah, there'll be some challenges there for us, but we'll obviously go in full confidence after winning the first 2 rounds.
Similar sorts of size of decks too out at uni and Henley, like you've got a fairly large and fast sort of deck, so certainly they won't be too worried by that.
No, I wouldn't have thought, no. I think most decks at the moment would be fairly similar as far as pretty dry, in fact, some ovals, so I think it's 22 or something on Saturday, so beautiful weather for footy.
Yeah,
so,
plenty of room to move at Shark Park.
yeah, so it should be a good game.
Good luck and thank you very much for doing our weekly roundup.